Top players are a crucial part of the gaming sphere. They are the ones to push the games they play to their absolute limits, sending a statement for their communities in the process. But have you ever wondered what the top players think of their current position? Have you ever asked yourself, how does a player feel when they're on the top of their respective game? In this video, we gathered some top players from Osumania to try and answer that question and get to the bottom of this case. Hi to everyone, my name is LonelyWeeb, and in this video, we'll be exploring what it feels like to be an Osumania top player. To start off the interviewing process, we asked the top players a very simple question. How does it feel to be on the top?
I'll say it definitely feels very nice and very rewarding. However, there isn't that much activity on the leaderboards, so there isn't too much of a challenge at the moment. But I still think it's a pretty nice feeling and definitely rewarding because you definitely get a lot more attention from the OSU community than you would if you were like a top player that's offline.
Okay, so first of all, for me, okay, obviously it's not gonna be the same for everyone, but for me, it doesn't feel any different than being significantly lower down, right? Obviously, at my peak, I was rank 4 in the 4 key rankings, and it wasn't even long ago. This is like 2019, start of 2020. That's when I first hit 3-digit. So, you know, I just kind of enjoy playing the game, and that's kind of that. That hasn't changed so much just from gaining ranks alone.
That's such a question I always think about because I personally don't feel like a top player at all. I just feel like a player who played the game too much, or at least like grinded it too much. I don't feel like I'm very different from like 4 digits, 3 digits, because it's like it doesn't give me any special feelings except the fact that like the people I used to look up to, so like top players, like people who are right now in the top 50, even if they're lower ranked than me, if I at some point looked up to them and I have them mutual, it feels so weird because they're like my idols, and like it's just like I can't comprehend the fact that I am like a higher rank than them sometimes, because like for example when I passed Silly Fango in rank, I was like, I don't feel like I'm better than him at all. I don't feel like I am a top player compared to him. It's like such a weird feeling to be like at the top when you don't feel like you're at the top.
To me, it feels no different than before, other than in multiplayer matches where people always get excited or relieved because of the rank that's displayed. Also, for some reason, you get held upon a certain pedestal and everyone expects you to act a certain way. As you heard from their answers, it depends on the player how they feel at the top. For some it might feel weird, but for others it is rewarding. That happiness at the top, however, could only last as long as you continue gaining ranks. Normal players might feel either fear or excitement seeing the top players interact or play with them, but as Tyronic said, it feels a bit incomprehensible to be in that position and to be showered with praise. Next up, we asked them a very grueling question. Have they ever considered quitting the game?
I have quit the game so I think it was between October/November of 2022 through to like beginning of June 2023. I didn't play, or I barely played, because I lost a lot of motivation to play the game.
Well, technically I already did. I stopped playing in... It was like January. Yeah, I stopped playing in January of 2023.
Yeah, it was around January.
And I came back in September, actually. And, you know, coming back is still quite a stretch. I barely play even today.
I've not considered quitting. Maybe I have, but I don't really remember. But I have considered taking like extended breaks, which I have done.
The main causes for me were just how community members acted towards new game-breaking maps, especially with halftime like Duplicity Shade, System Error, maps like those that break the system skill. I don't like competing against players that can be the same rank as me with such little effort needed to reach my PP, and my passion kinda died off as they were getting ranked too, especially during when I was banned. As it can be heard, the main reason for some of those top players quitting is quite similar. burnout. Some top players see their rank dropping as demotivating, leading up to less and less sessions as a result, which in turn leads to lower activity. Others do not like the way their game is going and as a result move on to better ventures. Some of them did not get their spark back, some of them did and continued playing upon return, but with those interviews, the main factor behind the quitting or the retirement of some players is the lack of motivation. After that question, we asked each of them a more lighthearted question. What is their motivation to keep on playing?
To be fair, the only thing that's keeping me really motivated right now is my very fast improvement. Like, I'm not even kidding.
It's just like the dopamine of seeing your rank rise, seeing your skill improve, seeing like the maps you couldn't get like an S rank before, you can like get 99% on them now.
You know, kind of just spoke about it. It's more about improving, right? It's the sense of improvement beating your old scores that, you know, maybe you played a week ago and then you play it today and then all of a sudden you beat your score by like 10k. You know, it's like the best feeling ever.
The game was actually fun. I could score post and have friendly competition with people. I had players who looked up to me as their idol for 7 key, especially, as mentioned by them, the most common motivator across all the players interviewed is rank gain. And to be fair, that's completely reasonable. Put yourself in their shoes. You see your rank skyrocket from a play that you previously wasn't able to do. Then you finally played and achieved the score of your dreams. The dopamine that hits from this moment is a big motivator for some to do a similar achievement on another map. Another reason stated is a friendly rivalry. You invite your friends to play, you play a few maps in a lobby, and compete for the best score on a specific map. Having something to play with your friends can get you motivated to start performing better even outside multi-lobbies and achieve greatness. Then we asked them about the things they appreciate while being in their current positions.
There are obviously benefits, like obviously being a lot more recognizable in the community.
It depends on what you call a benefit, but you can like first of all play in tournaments. That's I guess a benefit, and the second benefit is you can easily contact other top players, maybe people you've looked up to.
I don't know, like I said, I kind of don't really think about it at all. I just play the game as I did when I wasn't so good at the game, you know?
In their current position, some appreciate the prominence their top player status gives them. That prominence in turn helps them contact top players or people of the same caliber. Some of them do see themselves as equal to others and do not put anyone down. Instead, they play like a normal player usually would. Pick out a map, and if you get spectated or contacted by other players, act in a respectful and sometimes joking manner. To conclude the video on a positive note, we let the top player say some stuff to you, the person watching this video.
It's to not look up to top players too much. They're just regular players pretty much. I may have my idols and people I look up to. Still I look up to the #1 player, Dresser, a lot. But like, don't idolize them to like to an unhealthy degree. Don't spam message them, don't bother them. They're just trying to have fun and play the game.
I get this question a lot where people don't know how to improve and how to progress, and they want to get better at something in particular. Let's say core jack, okay, or accuracy. And it's always the same thing, so I'm just going to say it here so everyone can hear it. I just want to say, playing lower star maps is a huge benefit. When I first started practicing my ratio on core jack maps, and this is like easy core jack maps, were always like 1 to 2. It was terrible. But I spent like a week straight just playing 3 stars. Okay, that was a huge benefit. When I came back to playing like the harder maps, just that the ability to play to the music better from playing easier maps, I could then apply that into harder maps.
If you're not improving, then improve. And if you don't know how to improve, then find out how.
Be humble when you play, don't devalue or degrade someone else's achievements, and instead congratulate them. Use their success as a reason for you to continue forward. Also, your rank in the game is not tied to any sort of skill level. It's a cool number to have, but it shouldn't dictate whether you're better than someone or worse. After all, the PP system has changed significantly to different skill sets. I wish everyone on their osumania journey to do well and to be better than last time. With the last words of those players shown, this was my investigation on the feeling of being a top player. I hope you found this topic insightful and helpful. I want to give a huge thanks to all of these amazing people on screen, especially Walmart because he wanted to mention, and a huge thanks to the top players for answering the questions and taking some time off their day to be interviewed. Their channels will be linked in the description, go sub to them. I hope to see you all next time.